I hate living under an HOA. What do you mean I can't paint my deck? And what do you mean I have to get colors of paint approved by you?
I'm gonna say something pretty hateful real quick. I despise HOAs.
If you're not careful, living in the wrong HOA can completely destroy your life or even land you in jail like the homeowner you're about to see.
Yeah, so the woman in the mugshot right here wanted us to tell you her story, and she wanted us to show you her mugshot. She was arrested and spent a week in jail for what started out as an HOA complaint over her lawn.
Feel humiliated about the whole thing, you know, like I kind of got my head down because this is so embarrassing.
Well, tonight, investigative reporter Adam Walser there revealing how she wound up behind bars and caught up with the HOA's attorney to ask about his involvement.
This is what they were showing in court, like pictures of the brown grass.
Yep.
The grass isn't always green in Irina Green's yard, thanks to a big tree that you can see in this drone video, and a drought that led the county to impose watering restrictions last year didn't help.
Looks like you got some pieces of sod here.
Green says her yard is far from the worst in Riverview's Creekview subdivision.
If you drive around my neighborhood, you'll see there's plenty of yards that are not up to par.
But so far, she's the only homeowner to actually go to jail for failing to keep her yard up to her HOA standards.
So let me get this straight. She was arrested because her grass was brown. That doesn't sit right with me. It was honestly heartbreaking to see how emotional she was, and I'm glad her story is finally getting some attention. So there's a drought, there's water restrictions, and the HOA still expects perfect green grass. Now, I'm not a landscaper, but for those who are knowledgeable, is it even realistic for grass to stay green with very strict water limits? Let me know. And here's the kicker. If other houses had the same issue or worse, why is it that she's the only one being targeted? Let me know what you think. Let's take a look at some of these HOA rules, and you tell me if they sound ridiculous.
It all started with notices from the HOA's management company.
And it went from the grass being brown to, you know, there's a dent in my garage.
Dents too small to see from the road.
That was a part of my court case.
Green was also cited for having a dirty mailbox covered in mildew due to shade and moisture from that same tree.
I would assume you could probably clean that whole mailbox in a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
And for having a cargo van similar to other ones we observed in the neighborhood. The HOA filed a lawsuit against Green in Hillsborough County Court, demanding she correct the violations. She represented herself, preparing handwritten explanations that the HOA and judge rejected. Green appeared at a hearing last July in which the judge gave her an ultimatum.
My grass had to be brung up to par. He said, you can get seeds, you can do something, but you got 30 days to get it corrected. I said, fine. You know, he said, and if it's not done in 30 days, you're going to go to jail.
Irene says she spent the next month correcting the violations.
I sold my van to comply. My mailbox was clean. I bought seeds and watered my grass.
But she missed her next court date.
I was supposed to receive documentation. Nothing was sent to my home, and I reached out to the courthouse several times to try to find out when was my court date.
So you're telling me that the HOA is inspecting garages close enough to catch tiny cracks? I mean, are they walking around with magnifying glasses now? This is honestly next level petty. And you can't have the slightest bit of dirt on your mailbox. You can't have the wrong vehicle. Your grass has to be perfect at all times. I mean, where does it end? So what's next? Will they start telling you who can visit your home or if you can park in front of your house or not? And this is the part that really got me. How was she supposed to know she had court if she was never formally notified? That feels like she was set up to fail. That was petty, but what happens next is straight up ridiculous.
The judge signed an order holding Green in contempt of court and issued a warrant for her arrest at the HOA attorney's request.
It is pretty extreme. It certainly is, yeah.
We asked Stetson Law professor Paul Boudreau what he makes of this case.
I think it's pretty rare in a civil case for someone to have a contempt order.
Green was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy in late May after picking up her 15-year-old daughter from cheerleading practice.
When I got out, he said, Ms. Green, do you know that you have a warrant for your arrest?
She was taken to the Orient Road Jail.
If they got you handcuffed behind your back?
Yes, I'm treated like a criminal.
At the jail, she got more bad news.
There was no bond, so I couldn't even go home to my family. I sat in there for 7 days. 7 days in the jailhouse, you know, like a criminal.
To be incarcerated without bond is certainly an extreme measure and is pretty rare.
Now there's a mugshot of you right now.
Yep.
How did that make you feel, just to be put in those orange clothes?
It makes me feel horrible. Like I work hard, you know, I work hard to buy this home, you know, for me and my kids in a better neighborhood and environment, and to be taken to jail and to be treated like that for brown grass at my own home, you know, like it's horrible.
Now you have a warrant out for someone's arrest over this. Is this really the best use of our law enforcement resources? So they held her without bond for a week as if she committed some sort of serious crime. That's just unbelievable. You would think she owed them thousands of dollars or something. And it really makes me wonder, is she being targeted? What do you think is really going on here? I'm really wondering what's going on. Let me know in the comments. What do you think is going on? Is she being targeted? The lawyer's explanation just made this 10 times worse. Wait till you hear this.
We caught up with Creekview HOA attorney Francis Frischia, the one who asked for the arrest warrant outside his office.
Do you think that was kind of harsh to have her spend 7 days, I believe, in jail?
I have no comment, but I'll email you on that.
He emailed us a statement saying in part, quote, Ms. Green received notices of violations. She disregarded them. Ms. Green failed to show up in court on August 19th. Her failure to abide by the court's instruction led to the arrest warrant being issued. We called and left a business card at the Creekview HOA president's home, and we called and emailed the HOA's property management company, which issued the violations. We didn't hear back from either. Legal experts say there are lessons to be learned.
Sometimes they act in a petty manner, but if they decide that you need to do something, you need to follow the rules. And when a judge tells you to do something, you have to do it.
I think that they have way too much power. I mean, I never heard of anything like this in my life.
So now the lawyer is saying she ignored the violations and didn't show up in court, but she's saying she was never notified. So it sounds like there's some serious miscommunication going on here. Regardless of who's right, it still doesn't make sense that she had to go through all of this over a few minor violations, especially if other homes had similar issues. Of course, the HOA president and property manager didn't respond, but this whole thing just feels over the top. She's 100% right when she says HOAs have too much power. This level of pettiness is just wild. Don't get me wrong, I understand wanting a clean, presentable neighborhood, but come on, these were minor issues. They were not that big of a deal, and they could have handled them with more compassion and more patience. So do you think this was her fault, or do you think it was the HOA's fault? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you thought that was a power trip, HOA Karens are now fining people just for being nice to their neighbors. Let's take a look.
You want water or ice?
David Martin has had this in his driveway. A cooler filled with chilled water bottles, giving them out to anyone who needs them.
It's really for the drivers, it's for the families, it's for the kids. It's to do something positive in a world that needs it.
A simple gesture, getting him fined $100 a month from his HOA. According to the HOA's management group, advertising free water out in the open goes against the community's rules and regulations.
I stand firm on the fact that I'm not paying the fines, the cooler's not going anywhere.
With many neighbors on his side.
I thought that was kind of ridiculous.
Now he's fighting back. On Thursday, a vote was held to remove 3 board members. Martin started the initiative, and Canyon Trails board member Darren Riley says there were enough signatures gathered to push forward to the vote. While the water bottle debacle sparked this battle, it's not the only issue residents have with their HOA.
Like broken benches, graffiti on occasion. The response time was just taking way too long.
I think it's not having the ability to voice their concerns and have problems fixed.
During the meeting, the 2 board members whose seats are not on the line said they received a total of 210 ballots from homeowners, with the majority in support of the removal, announcing that starting Friday morning, those 3 board members are gone.
What exactly is wrong with giving out free water to people in your neighborhood? It's just water. How does it hurt anyone to grab a bottle of water and keep it moving? You seriously can't even do something nice for your neighbors anymore. I mean, this is getting out of hand. I'm over here wondering if kids are even allowed to have lemonade stands in this HOA. I just don't understand. Apparently, some board members are at risk of being removed, and they're trying to to invalidate the petition signatures. That's just shady to me. But big shout out to this guy for standing on this, because it's truly not a big deal in my opinion, and it's actually a good thing to show kindness to other people. Is the HOA overreacting, or is he actually wrong for giving out the water? Let me know in the comments. I've never seen anyone get fined for this, and honestly, I was shocked. Let's check it out.
I just got a letter in the mail from the HOA, said my truck was too loud. But guess what? I don't even give a shit. Let them keep on sending the letters one after another after another. Find me as many times as y'all want to find me.
This guy is hilarious, and I personally love the level of pettiness happening here. So is the next phase of HOAs going to be testing your car volume levels before you move in, or needing approval before buying a new car? Because this just does not make sense. And it's actually the first time I've ever seen someone online talk about getting fined over having a loud car. And the comment section of this video was kind of crazy. Someone even said he's laughing now, but wait until there's a lien on his house when he tries to sell. And for those of you who may not know what a lien is a legal claim against your property, often for unpaid debts, and it can stop or delay a sale until it's resolved. So do you think the HOA was wrong to fine him for how loud his car supposedly is? Let me know in the comments. At this point, you really have to wonder, is living in an HOA even worth it? Let's hear another perspective.
I hate living under an HOA. What do you mean I can't paint my deck? And what do you mean I have to get colors of paint approved by you? Last time I checked, your name ain't on my mortgage. And why y'all always bothering me about my grass? I mean, I don't know about you, but I work for a living. The rest of y'all retired. So I don't have the luxury for my grass to look like Larry's and Dorothy's. When my lawn guy come around, then he does the lawn. But don't send me no violations in regards to that crap. I'm too busy trying to pay off this house. But don't you just love when you have an issue, you can't reach nobody in the HOA? Even if you go to their door, because they usually live around the corner, and knock on their door, no answer. Email, phone, text message, nothing. But let your garbage can stay out long. Or let your grass get too high. Or let you be late on that HOA payment. And boy, they sure have a way of getting to you. So yeah, I understand HOAs are sometimes necessary. I mean, because without them, people would just be parking on their lawn and it'd just be a slum. And my property value would just go down. But sometimes it's like a communist regime in that neighborhood. But for the most part, y'all not that bad.
This guy is hilarious. The way he breaks it down is funny, and honestly, some may say it's painfully accurate. If you're someone who wants freedom over things like paint color, landscaping, or just not being hassled over every little thing, then living inside of an HOA community may not be the best fit for you. And I'm not saying all HOAs are bad. For some people, it makes sense, and at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. But for me, I'd rather risk someone parking their car on their lawn than potentially being treated like a child by a board of complete strangers. And there are plenty of nice looking neighborhoods that don't have HOAs. It's not the only way to keep a place looking clean. Do you think having an HOA is the only way to keep a neighborhood clean and orderly? Let me know in the comments. At this point, nothing should surprise me, but this next clip still did.
I'm gonna say something pretty hateful real quick. I despise HOAs. I don't understand. I get it. I get the general idea and where the thought and intent came from, including all of the racist undertones as well. But it's ridiculous, and people are just okay with living under an HOA. Last year, my boyfriend planted some native wildflowers in a bed in front of his mom's house. And over the course of the summer, like the seeds dropped and the rain swept them kind of downhill. In his lawn, there are wildflower sprouts coming up everywhere, and it's wonderful. They're all native. And I was like, oh my gosh, you should just leave them and your front yard is gonna be beautiful. And he was like, I can't. They're gonna cut it down because the HOA will fine us. Fine you for what? Having a biodiverse lawn? I know there's a bunch of arbitrary rules and a lot of policies and things that I don't understand. I don't understand.
You can't even have a garden of your own in some of these neighborhoods. Why does it matter how someone chooses to do their landscaping? I just don't understand. Let the people have some diversity in their plants. It is not that deep. And for my gardening people, have you ever lived in an HOA? And if you don't currently, would you ever? Before we wrap up, there's one more clip that I had to include include. And this time, I might actually agree with the HOA.
So this year, my HOA decides that they're going to hire a company to patrol during the 4th of July weekend for fireworks. And the fine is going to be $100 per firework if they catch you doing fireworks. I'm just not getting home. It's like around 9:07. What do I hear? Pop, 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 pop. Do you know the class of people these are? They do not care about no fine. They're like, I don't give a. And then it's the type of people that live here. You cannot tell them what to do. You cannot tell them what to do. That's one thing you're not going to do. They already, in our chat, they were like, oh, they're stripping away our rights. I'm like, oh, okay. The HOA is stripping away their rights. You need to pop your firecrackers. Okay.
You might not agree, but I'm not mad at this one. I'd hate to hear fireworks going off all night. I hear them all the time now, even when it's not a holiday. So honestly, I'm on the HOA side with this one. But what's funny is the residents don't care. They're still doing what they want, so I guess they can't afford that fine. I do wonder what the dynamic is like in this community though. If they're pushing back on fireworks, I can only imagine a lot of back and forth with the HOA about other issues. Do you think the HOA was wrong to fine people for fireworks on the 4th of July? Let me know. So whether or not you choose to live in an HOA community, again, it's totally up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I do want you to be fully informed. So if you're thinking about buying a condo or a home inside of an HOA, here are a few questions that I strongly suggest you ask. Is the HOA properly funded and managed? Are there any special assessments coming up? How often do the dues increase? What are the rules? And more importantly, can you actually live with these rules? Because once you're in, there's no refund. And you could end up paying the price for years if you make a bad decision and don't do your due diligence. Quick announcement, I'm getting ready to launch a new community called Keys Within Reach. And it's built for first-time home buyers who feel overwhelmed and just want a clear step-by-step path to owning a home. So stay tuned. There are updates coming on that launch very, very soon. Now that you know about HOA nightmares, I want you to learn about new construction home problems. Check out this video right here.